Hey guys, happy weekend and welcome to September. It's just the beginning of the ember months of the year 2022, and I pray that this September is going to be a month to be remembered for our goods in Jesus' name. Yeah, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad to welcome you back on the show with us. And if today is your first time joining us, this is Ginseng Matters with Roy, a platform where we learn, relearn, and unlearn from different aspects of life. And for some weeks now, if you have been following the series, we've been having a marriage series and we've been discussing several issues that actually causes conflicts among couples, especially new couples. And today we have another interesting topic before us, very common, very practical, and I really look forward to having another great session with you all. Don't forget that you can also call in to express your own opinion, to join the conversation and contribute as well to the conversation. Yeah, so if you know anybody which should actually benefit greatly from the discussion today, don't hesitate to share this video with them. Let them know that yes, we are live and the conversation has started already. Once again, it's Ginseng Matters with Roy. And today, again, already we have with us our wonderful guests, who is no other person but this wonderful couple, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Thank you very much, sir and ma, for always being available to share with us from your wealth of experience. We really appreciate your support, your love, and your care. So, for those people who are meeting you, will be meeting you for the first time, we don't know you. Yeah, I present to you Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Sir and Ma, over to you. Tell us anything you want us to know about you, especially for people who will be seeing you for the first time today.
Okay, thank you. My name is Fola Bolaji, and this is my wife, Adebomi. We are happy to be on the show with you. We are happy to share with you. We are based in Boston, Massachusetts, in the US, and we are both computer specialists. We are so happy that the host has invited us to share with you, and we want to share together, discuss together, and see what we can learn from one another. Thank you for this opportunity.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you very much, sir. Hi, about sister Bumi. Anyway, you introduced her already.
You already introduced me. Thank you for having us again.
All right, you're welcome, sir and ma. To all of you out there, join me in welcoming them once again. Thank you very much, sir and ma. So today, before us, we have one interesting topic, very practical, one that I have seen has been causing series of issues in homes beyond you know, you might be seeing it as oh, it's just a little thing, but really it's really causing serious conflicts in homes, especially amidst newly wedded couples. And it's the topic on house chores. So today we have before us house chores conflicts in marriage. So like I said earlier on, yeah, I was going through an article and then I discovered how house chores can actually cause divorce in some homes. In fact, I was having a discussion with one of my colleagues at work some months ago, and she was telling me about her husband, how her husband actually divorced his former wife. I was like, why? And she said because of house chores, because he believed because he felt the woman was not neat enough, the woman was not cleaning the house enough. I was like, really? So this could be a strong reason to cause divorce. Ah, wow. And then I thought to myself that, wow, we need to talk about this. Because even people who are not divorced, they are always fighting, always complaining. She's supposed to do this, he is supposed to do that. I'm not the only one who is supposed to be in charge of the house chores. Of course, we are both working and I'm very tired. He's also very tired. Why should I be the one uh to be at the receiving end? So today, uh like I said, yeah, so like I said on the I was initially talking about the article I read, and then there was actually a study that was conducted among 2000 Americans, like a man and a woman living together, and the issue of house chores came up. And what really caused this conflict is some people had conflict on, you are not doing it well, what should be done, how to do it, when to do it. And actually, some of these couples really had issues on, oh, I cleaned it initially, only to discover that the other partner, maybe 5 minutes after, the other partner was seen doing the same cleaning. And then she felt bad. Why? And beyond this, some have issues with, they need assistance. They are always very tired and they need their partner to actually assist them. So, oh, without wasting much of our time today, I would like us to actually look into this issue of house chores and how this issue can actually be managed to reduce or to totally eliminate it being a source of conflict among couples. So I'll like to hear from you, sir and ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the context. You have laid out the context. And to be sincere with you, this is a topic that is very sensitive, very, very sensitive. And there is no one single carb that fits everyone or that fits all solution. So we may have our own idea that we may project today and we may share with everyone. Other people may have their own idea too. But the goal is that we want marriages to work. We want relationship to be strong. We want homes to be established and to be established for long. Household chores has been causing issues and it will continue to cause issues. And I'm not sure the problems can be eliminated, but those issues can be addressed. And if the husband and wife know what they are doing and if they have common goal, they will be able to get over with those issues over time. Because the reality in marriage is we are not all raised the same way. We are both coming from different backgrounds, different ways of doing things. Even beyond household chores, common things, few things like how do you press the toothpaste? Do you press it from the middle or you press it from the bottom end? Has splitted marriages, has caused issues. And household chores is one of those. And that is what we are discussing today. And like both when we were preparing for this broadcast, myself and my wife, we had a kind of conversation around this, and we were able to agree that this is based on culture. The culture has a lot of things to play in talking about household chores. And something funny that happened when you were introducing this is when you talked about reading through a survey and about 2,000 couples were, I think, interviewed. The question that came to my heart is that is about the American, is an American survey. Now,
Yes.
where is the African survey? And quickly, the answer came up on my mind. that even if we throw those survey out in Africa, especially in some of our areas, people will not come out with the true answers. They will not pick true answers because we like to decorate situation to make people feel good about us or to make people feel that everything is going fine. But we are talking about the American culture where the survey was served that people don't give, they don't care. They will say it as it is. They don't
Yes.
care if you are looking at them somewhere somehow, or if you are abusing or cursing them. They be like, "This is the true situation of things," and they will answer that way. So all of those surveys are helping them and to see, but we don't have surveys that we can go back to because some of our survey may not
Be
be
genuine.
showing the actual situation. It may not be revealing the actual situation that is happening in every home. So culturally, there is a lot of things to learn in terms of handling household chores from one angle to the other.
Excuse
At
me.
some point when we were preparing, myself and my wife began to ask ourselves questions like, is there a Bible culture, a Christian culture that we can say? There are many examples in the Bible that we can talk about in terms of how household chores were handled. For example, in the days of Abraham, Abraham welcoming visitors. Abraham went into the field to kill a fat cow, and then the wife prepared the meal. We can begin to see different things, but that is still talking about the Eastern, Mid Eastern culture where these stories actually took place and where they were written. So we may not be able to specifically say that this is the Christian culture about these household chores, handling household chores. But there are a few examples that we'll be coming up with in this broadcast that will be able to say, okay, from my own perspective, this is how I feel a Christian should approach this. This is how I feel a Christian couple should approach this kind of situation, and this should be our stand. But before I continue, I will also want my wife to say something at this introductory level.
Thank
Okay.
you very much,
I
sir.
I think that I started thinking about what you about the survey because I actually think we need that kind of survey.
Yeah.
Probably if we make it anonymous, people will respond, maybe using social media or
But
yeah.
the problem is some of our people don't even still trust the anonymous.
But I think that if somebody should do something like that on maybe social media, maybe Facebook or like some form of poll that is like on social media, people will still respond somehow. But I
Yeah,
think we will be able to harvest
yeah.
the um the thoughts
Yeah, Ginseng Matters
of
with Roy can
yeah,
also
can
come
do
up with
that.
that
Yeah.
survey. We
So
can provide
Yeah,
support
that's
from
true.
you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
That's true.
So we will be able to harvest what the new generation is thinking. Because I think every culture is undergoing a shift, which is similar to what happened in the American culture. I really don't think there is any indigenous culture where women were empowered. Like household chores for women is like a basic thing in most cultures because women were not the ones doing the outside facing jobs. Women were raised by their parents, married to their husband, and they raised their children. So, but shift is coming to every culture as civilization broke out, and women are beginning to go to the marketplace. And that is where the challenges now come up
Like the
of
job market.
yes,
Yeah.
like the job market. Like women began to take more roles where they are even sitting on men and they are able to say, you do this, you do that. And so coming back home to a husband that wants everything done by the woman
For
becomes like
example, she's
impracticable.
a manager in her office now. So maybe she will want to manage me. Go and wash this place, go and clean up
No,
this place.
but in the real sense of it, when like I remember that when I was younger, like when I was a young girl being raised in Nigeria or your state Nigeria, most mothers that I know are either teachers when they are well educated or nurses or they have their own shop. And all of those roles created an avenue for a woman to come home in the evening to work. to do the household chores, to do normal things. Now, as I began to grow, then we have our big sisters going into banking, and new generation bank started in Nigeria, where there is no way you can become like a regional manager and you have the 9 to 5 life. It's completely different. Now, women are beginning to own stores that are exporting goods, manufacturing stores. And when you're in that kind of position, you have beyond the 9 to 5 kind of life. Life has become complicated. So if my husband is waiting for me to come home at 5 to say, oh, your meal is ready, sir. The issue is in this case, sir is even home before the madam that will make the meal. So it becomes a conversation of why should it only be me? Why should I be the one supervising the kids' assignment? Why should I be the one cleaning? Why should I be the one doing this? Then it begins to cause issues. But like a Christian woman that I respect a lot says, there is always a way around those things
Yeah.
to keep peace in your home. It doesn't have to lead to issues in the home. And I also like the perspective of the examples that she gave in situations where it is not a matter of who is doing. It is also not a challenge of how it's being done because somebody laid the bed and another person comes up to say it wasn't well laid and they want to do it. Well, I was thinking in my heart, why not make it that person's duty? Like, if they know how to do it well, then
Exactly.
you should be the one doing
Which
it
is
and not think that I should be doing it and you
which
repeat
is
it.
which is more or less
Yeah,
like what we were discussing when we were preparing.
yeah,
That is
understanding.
understanding each other's weaknesses and area of strength. If my wife knows how to cook jollof rice well, and we felt okay, it's your turn. Or let's say I know how to cook jollof rice well, very well. Maybe I had the opportunity of being trained along the line, or I've picked up some skills, and I can cook jollof rice well. So then maybe we now have a kind of mini party that we want some friends to gather and things like that. And I felt, oh, maybe some of my friends may not be comfortable that I'm the one cooking. And I insist that my wife go and cook. And then if the food is not that palatable, then it's not going to bring glory to the family. Something is going missing. So sometimes there are some also chores that you know that this person, that is his area of strength. I gave an example the other time about my father that he washes the toilet. He made it his duty. Our toilet, the visitors' toilet, the one the children were using, the one he is using in his master's bedroom, he washes the three of them and maintains them.
Wow.
But then I've not been seeing my father cooking in the kitchen. I've only seen him cook twice. But that doesn't mean that he did not know how to cook. He knows how to cook. Because there was a time in his life, even after having children, that he had to go back to school and he was cooking for himself.
Is his meal, so anything goes. Like
Is
if
it?
somebody
So you don't appreciate that. But
no,
then
I'm not saying that I don't appreciate that, but mommy cooks. Mommy cooks. So let's not say it doesn't mean he doesn't know how to cook.
exactly. But then the issue is that there are some also chores that you may feel that oh he's good at it, he likes doing it, he can do it faster, he can do it better. Don't say because I'm a man, I should not be doing that. Or because she's a woman, she cannot be doing that, or things like that. That's what I'm trying to bring into the topic.
Wow. Thank you very much, Sign Ma. Thanks so much, Pat. She said you're doing a great job. Interesting topic. Thank you very much for joining us. This moment. Yeah, thank you so much, Sign Ma. Like you've explained, you've shared earlier. Now we have these issues of switching roles. Some husbands, some wives, yeah, like Sister Bumi shared, like the husband happens to be at home and the wife is the one that actually does the 9 to 5 job. And because the man still believe, oh, it's still the responsibility of his wife, you are not ready to switch. You're just of the opinion that it is her job and she must come back from a place of work and still come back to cook. And the wife is always frustrated. She's always tired. How can she manage this? How can she approach her husband about this particular issue? It's been causing conflict among the both of them, between the both of them. So, how can we help uh, the wife in this situation? What can she do?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I'm guessing it for you.
Okay. So, I think one of the notes that I ended with the other time is that there are always ways around this. Now, not every man can. So, like Brofola said, the way we are raised are different. And let me also say that culturally, some things are very different. And something that looks like simple to you may not be simple to another. For example, while we were conversing, one example I gave was like in my mother's culture, men are not expected to cook. Now, when she got married to a Yoruba man, like there are situations where the husband is like we have some mix of people who are well educated in the Yoruba culture. So there are men who are able to sacrifice some things and probably cook in their family and stuff like that. But when my brother was growing up and we asked him to use his hand to grind pepper, I don't know if you remember that
Ah,
meal.
yes.
My mother took it like, I can allow you to make him do every other thing, but not this one. Don't turn my son to a petty man. Because now I also quoted a common adage in or your or let me say or your culture or in a way Yoruba that they will say that Okoban getting home, you're like it is a weak husband that removes ewedu leaves from
Vegetable
yeah
that
vegetable
and
that
those
processes
vegetables.
vegetables
Yeah.
something like that. Like, if a man
Really?
is sitting down to do that, yeah, that is a weak man. Now, all of those things, whether we like it or not, sometimes goes deeper than what you think. So let's assume that my brother gets married. Well, he cooks because he was also alone before for a while before getting married. But let's assume that he gets married, and of course, the meal grinding has become extinct in our culture.
Yeah.
But let's assume that there is still hand milling, and and her wife is from a house where their dad can do it or anybody can do it, and you expect him to do it. The thing is, for somebody that has seen it happen before, it is simple. But for somebody who now it has gone beyond just what I feel, it has become like a taboo. It is an expression of a strong depth of weakness. For that person, it will not make the same meaning. So don't say, why are you so lazy? What is the big deal in a man sweeping the floor? What is big deal in you cooking before your wife comes home? But you are not considering the fact that that man is cooking for the wife to come home and is considering going into depression because the message cooking for his wife is sending to him is because you are not making it. See your life is because where he grew up from, the understanding he has had all this while is that this is not what a man should do. So when he's doing that, the kind of sense is the kind of message it is sending to him is it is because you are not responsible enough. If you are responsible enough, you'll be able to do this. It's because your wife is making it and you are not making it. So we should not trivialize it and think that every man that throws tantrum at not doing household chores is just being not understanding. Or we should not think that a wife that is also coming with that opinion is just being too demanding. I don't want to give an example that we spoke about this morning, but because sometimes some husband also feel you expect me to be going up and down, and you want to sit down doing what? As if it is the wife's role to do everything. So we need to know respect each other's feelings and opinion because sometimes they are legitimate because of the kind of upbringing and the kind of understanding they have. But let's imagine that I am the wife, that I am coming home late. For example, wife is a banker, husband is a teacher. You teach from morning till evening. Let's not even do teacher where there's salary disparity. Let's say a professor in a university. Like you do research, like you have a lot of flexibility with your job than I do. And so you can be at home more often than I do. Now, if I am the wife in that situation and I'm like, uncle, there's food in the refrigerator, 1 minute now. And it's like, me, one food for myself. He doesn't even want to do that. In order to allow peace, why not have somebody that is like a help in the house? If it is a situation of you don't even have time to cook, the thing is you can make provision for your family without doing the cooking. Why do we have cooks? Why do we have restaurants who do bulk cooking? Can you have somebody deliver food to your family? Like, there are just ways that we can think around it. So it is not a situation of there's no provision, because you have done what you can because of the understanding that you have for one another. But we should not take the stance of you are at home, why shouldn't you cook? Because sometimes it is beyond just the cooking that we are thinking about. It sends more message than just the cooking. And in some cases, it is just a matter of submission for a while, like understanding for a while before the person is able to port over in their thinking as well.
Thank you very much, Ma. Sir?
Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning, we are talking about flexibility, and like she emphasized, flexibility is needed in marriage. And when we are talking about flexibility, we are talking about the husband and wife having a common purpose, having a common goal. Okay, we want to make income for the family. We want to raise children. There are some family that felt, oh, we don't need children in our home. So they decided to face their career and not have any children. It's not common from the background we are coming from. But we got here, we got to America, and we're meeting with some people, and we are like, "Oh, what's the plan? Oh, we don't have the plan to have, we don't want to have kids. We have agreed about that since the beginning. There are some that make dogs or cats their kids, and they're fine with that. But we are not used to that. So it depends on the purpose of each families. It depends on each one of them, whatsoever they have set up in their hearts to do, and they have agreed together about. We determine what steps they will take about household chores. So, for example, using our family as an example, we have kids and we plan to raise kids. And also, we want to make income and we want to grow in our career. So, then we need to sit down and balance the situation. How do we achieve a work life balance such that we are not getting burnt out with our jobs, and at the same time, our children are not suffering because of lack of attention? And at the same time, we don't want to throw away the family values and virtues that we feel our children should learn as they are growing up in the family. So that is going to determine the kind of job that we can take. That's going to determine the kind of progress, the speed of our progress. Some people want to be raking in millions of naira, for example, immediately after school. And there are some jobs that you can take and you can actually be getting that amount of money. And some people are like, okay, let's move progressively. When our last baby is no more needing daycare attention, then we can take this kind of role and this kind of job. Do we have the amount of money that we need to sustain ourselves and to sustain people around us, at least for this time? Okay, let's stay put with this kind of roles. So there'll be some flexibility, there'll be some communications, there'll be some kind of agreements. Like she was making an example of somebody that will order food and make sure that the food is available. There's some husband that I feel like I cannot eat food that is not cooked in my house
By my wife.
by my wife. So some level of flexibility should come in if actually you want your wife to be who you are projecting her to be. For example, if I want my wife to grow in her career and I want her to feel fulfilled, I want her to be happy, then I need to be able to grant some sacrifices from my own hand such that she will be able to get to where she needs to get to. If I don't want her to get to that place, then I'm not flexible. I'll be like, no, 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 you can't do that. It will affect us. I cannot be doing this for you. I cannot be doing that for us. At the end of the day, lack of flexibility will limit the growth of the family. Oh, am I not flexible?
No, I'm not talking about flexibility. My no is that it is not about what you're saying. I just want to raise a point.
Yeah.
And the point that I want to raise is if a man is insisting that I want my food to be cooked by my wife in my house, don't you think that it can be that the husband is throwing tantrum because of something? Like
Like
there is
something else.
actually something else. Like I just feel that the man can, it may be that when the woman wanted to take that job, the husband didn't want it. Probably the husband said, why not stay with your current job? When some things change for us, then you can go to your new job.
Yeah.
And the wife is like, no, I'm taking it. Promotion coming from the Lord. And she takes on that promotion. Now she's not finding time for it and she's finding alternative. And the husband is saying, no,
I don't
he
want
must.
alternative.
So
Yeah.
usually sometimes some of these things have underlying, like it
Underline.
is not about the food. Because if it's about the food, Abba, what is, the worst thing that can happen is, I don't like how that food was cooked. Can it be more pepperish, or it was too salty, or something like that? It shouldn't be an insistence of you was when there is that, it's usually that there is
There's an
something
underlying problem.
underlying, like the husband is just throwing tantrum.
Yeah. So
Mm.
back to the topic of flexibility. So it's expected that a husband or a wife should be able to shift ground when you know that this thing is not comfortable or is going to lead to issues along the line in the family. So that's what I want to say about flexibility.
Wow, thank you very much, sir and ma. So now we were able to talk about uh, the husband asking, demanding for a particular. I mean, the husband actually telling the wife, "Oh, this is what I want. This is what I want." Now, how about the issue of, "Oh, you are not doing it properly," or the time it is being done. For example, we have a husband and a wife. The husband actually leaves home for like a week. He comes back during the weekend, and then the wife is just left at home with the kids, and she also has a job, and she's very busy. She's the only one with the child all through the week, and possibly, you know, possibly she must have maybe compiled some house chores. You know, there are some house chores that you need to do immediately. There are some that can actually wait till the weekend. And then the husband coming back coming back during the weekend. Why? Why is everywhere just like the blah 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 blah, and the husband begins to rant. Okay, this place is too dirty, that place is too dirty, and the wife begins to explain, oh, I was busy all through the week. I need to attend to the child. I need to also go to school. I need to do this. I need to do this. And I was just planning that this weekend I'm going to get everything sorted out. But your husband, they always have this issue, this quarrel about you are not doing it at the right time. So how do we address the timing issue that comes with house chores?
Okay. So let me just come from an angle from the illustration that you gave. A family with kids, let me say, it's very easy to trivialize your spouse roles and responsibilities if you have not found yourself in that shoe. I saw a video recently that somebody shared with us, and that clip was showing the husband coming home from work and telling the wife, "Have you gone to this place? Have you done what is it? We agreed about this. That is important." I said, "I was taking care of the key." He was like, "No, no, no, no." And at the end of the day, the auntie came into the situation, and the auntie invited the lady to come to our place and said the husband should please take care of the kids. And the husband took care of the kid for one day and he knew what he went through. Sometimes, if there is no role switch, you may not understand. Sometimes I intentionally wish to encourage my wife to go to conferences. Why? She will meet people, she will make new friends, she will be more exposed. And then I'll be able to experience what she's experiencing sometimes when I'm not home. That makes it easier for me to be able to balance and to judge. Am I doing enough? Is she doing enough? That is one side. So role switching can help both parties to understand what individuals are going through. That's one side. And the other side is you are not doing it well. The question I need to ask sometimes is if my wife does something and I don't feel she has done it well, the question I need to ask is, was it intentionally? Was it doing that intentionally to displease me? Or was it doing it because she doesn't care? Because I know who have married, she cares. And if she's trying to do it at all, then she has the intention to do it well. So when she did not do it well, is there any role I can play to be able to make it better? Probably she thought this is the best way she would have done it. And maybe if I began to do it over time, and then she may say, oh, she's doing it the other way. Oh, let me learn from that. So when it's her turn for her to do it, she may also do it the other way. So understanding flexibility and having the common goal, pursuing the common goal will help. But I will not underestimate the point she made the other time. That sometimes there are some other underlying issues that were not solved. That was the reason why, that may be the reason why we have so many complaints. Again, in some other issues like transfer of aggression of what is happening maybe in the bedroom or what is happening in the finances and transferring it to other matters and other issues in the family. So I believe in flexibility, understanding, laying an example, showing it by doing it to provide example instead of complaining. It's not bad. How? Why do you do it? Hey, why is it not that? Why is it not that way? Why is it not this way? And things like that. And it's easier for us as human beings because naturally we are all selfish. We are all created to be selfish. We think about what is convenient for us first before we think about our partner or about other people. But as you are growing together in marriage, there's a level of maturity, there's a level of expectation that there is level of maturity that is expected for every one of us to pick along the line and say that okay, this is for the common goal. Is she doing it intentionally? Is he doing it intentionally to hurt me? If you have been able to judge the motive that this is not intentional, this is how best she thought she can do it at this time, or how best he can handle this situation at this time, come into the role and try to help. But don't come with the mindset that I will show you the best way. You don't know how to do things. And let me show you. No. Stylishly, let her understand or let him understand that things can be better. It's not as if, can't you see that the Michael? The way that the Michael does it. In fact, you will know that this is a man. Or have you not seen mommy yesterday? The way she packaged it, the way she packaged the food, the way she packaged that. So there is a place of trying to get each other exposed and each other supported so that we'll be able to encourage one another to achieve the common goals that we have set.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. So let's hear from Sister Bumi.
Actually, several things are just going through my mind because now, for the from the example that you gave, I think that to certain extent, it takes a lot of like role switching and understanding to know how things are. Like for example, I know that it's easier for me to use the Nigerian example because that's an environment where that is common. Because in Nigeria, we could have people living with us or some like housemaid or things like that. Now, usually when you go out and you come back home, you are coming back home with some form of, well, I don't, let me say expectations, but when you enter the house and you are seeing the throw pillows on the floor, somebody's cup is by the door, there's a way it makes it like, it makes it look messier than if you're actually in the house when all of those things are
Yeah.
happening. Because
Exactly.
now, for a house that has kids, I'm just remembering that how many? I think we were even both at home 2 days ago when did Catherine paint a wall, a side of the wall with like it was just why would I had to beat her? But the thing is, sincerely, she's just been a child. She saw this paints and she decided to paint on the wall. But the truth is, painting on the wall is not as easy to remove. Like that mess
Like
is not something that is as easy to remove as the child thinks. But as a child, she thinks it's funny and she just did that. Now, if I were to be coming from
outside.
outside and I just came in and it would be like, oh my goodness, what
What
were
What
was
were
you
you
going
looking
doing
on?
at?
when she was doing this?
The-
So for somebody,
and if it's the same, the other
the
way,
other way
the
around, it
husband
will the
coming from the
husband
outside,
coming from outside will
what?
also feel like, what were you doing? See now, what kind of phone call? Let us now assume that I'm in the kitchen cooking and my sister called at that time and we are talking
Ah,
and laughing. And he
And you are there.
said, and you
Yeah,
are there, you
yeah,
are just talking on the
talking on the
phone.
phone,
Just
and
talking on the
she's
phone.
making a mess
See
in the
what
room.
message. So now situations like that usually takes a lot of education because like my husband said, I have that mentality. First of all, is he being wicked? If somebody is hurting, like if he does something that is insulting or hurting to me, the first thing I think about is he being wicked? Once I'm able to identify that, it makes me look at the psychology of how that happens. So as a husband, he comes home, I did not go to work, and he sees the house messy. It's easy to say, see how this child dropped or something here, because it's just coming from outside with a different expectation, which will be different if we were both inside together and the same mess is on the floor. Now, for me too, I went out, I come home, like I have like three ladies living with us, and the house is that messy. You will appear and say, what were you people doing now? You shouldn't have allowed this child to do this. Now, it's easier to do that. But by the time we understand the underlying psychology, it's easy to just trivialize it and be like,
It
it
happens.
happens.
Let's
It's
correct the
normal.
error and let's
Yeah.
move
So
on.
the person that is coming from outside with that maturity will look at it from a different lens. And the person that is inside receiving that allegation will also be able to respond with a better mindset because she's able to be like, I know it happens, like it's normal. So it won't make us take a lot of offense in that situation. But let's think of a situation where the husband is just this kind of, usually men thinks that they are neater, like I'm a big organizer. Because they are not doing they are they are not in the same place. Like when you are single, you can put your shoe somewhere, you can put your wristwatch somewhere, yeah, and everything remains hard. But
But when you have kids,
when you have kids, it's different. And from what I'm learning, when you have a girl, it's different from when you have a boy.
boy,
Now, when I had just two sons, it's rare. I don't think my sons goes to my shoes. So, like I really now that I have girl, I don't know what is attractive to her about my shoes. Like just picking them from the shoe rack, wearing them, carrying them from one place to another. So it's a whole lot of difference.
yeah.
And most of the time, when such complaints come up, I remember my chat with my husband sometimes ago that I said, be listening to those kind of women because because she feels instead of you to think beyond and be listening to those kind of women. But the thing is, they have gone beyond the situation that I'm in because when you are complaining about the house being messy, it's just for a while. So, like we said, there are ways around it. Can you create a play area in your house to reduce the mess? If you are living in a story building or you have 3 or 4 bedroom, can you make one room their playroom? Let them go and throw anything they want to throw there. Can it reduce the mess? If that is not solving the problem enough,
And
because
you cannot afford it.
or you cannot afford it, are there things you can like? Can you organize them going out every evening? Can you take them out every evening to go and play? Because the thing is, these kids needs to burn their energy. You
Energy.
cannot penalize them for being children.
Yeah.
Now, if it is a situation of your wife is doing laundry, the cloth is not neat enough, can it be that the clothes are too many for her to wash? Can you get a washing machine? If you get a washing machine and it's not solving the problem, can
Can
you
you
do
join?
your own laundry and let her do the kids and hers? Like There are just ways to think about it instead of making it an issue. All we want in life is peace. If
Mm-hmm.
something is affecting your peace, can you look at how it will not affect?
Yeah.
If, like the example you gave, if your wife's jollof rice is like, some people can make eforiro, they can make soup, they can make all of those things, and they are like top notch. But when it comes to jollof rice or serving oyinbo dishes, like we are all living in different cultures now, and you want to make food for those people, and she is not able to, can you buy the food if it's going to solve the problem? So we should think around, how do we give one another peace instead of creating more problems?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like, I remember that I was surprised when I got here, when we just came to the US. So the church that we attend, we do cleaning of the church by cell groups. So when it was our turn to clean, I had the opportunity of going to the male restroom because I was cleaning the male restroom, and I saw changing station in the male restroom, which was very
Changing
funny to me.
station
Changing
for
station for
babies.
babies, like where you do diaper
Diaper
changes.
change.
So it was very, I'm like, where will there be a changing station in male restroom? Now, I've always only been entering female restroom. So I thought that, well, it's natural. You want to change your baby's diaper, you go to the restroom. But now they did it in male restroom because
It is men that are
it
doing
is
it most
like
of the
in
times now.
church, it is your turn. So all of those things. But I will not go to First Baptist Church Ishokuoyo and think that there will be a male
You're
changing, or
Nigeria.
your Nigeria, and think that there will be a male changing station in that restroom, because in that culture, I don't see men running out of the church to go and change that part for their kids. So all of these things needs a lot of understanding, and just looking at what gives you peace.
Yeah.
Why should we trouble ourselves over little things? If we cannot do it, let money do it. In Nigeria, it's easier for us to get people to stay, like living helps, and that will help us. Overseas, if you don't have that luxury, there are cleaning companies. Can you sign up with them and they come to clean your house every month and do thorough cleaning? Stuff like that.
Wow, wow, wow. This is getting interesting. It's actually like some weeks ago, myself and my husband, we were actually talking about this particular issue. And he was also telling me that really couples should be ready to switch roles, because the moment you start thinking, oh no, this particular house chores is for my wife, this is for my husband, then I cannot, we cannot switch, and she just must do it, it's just must, then we'll be creating more issues for ourselves. If you are good at cooking, then go to the kitchen, do the cooking, and everybody is fine. If the husband can take care of the kids, take care of the kids and let your wife rest. If your husband is good at doing a particular thing, or your wife is doing a particular is she's good at doing a particular thing, then let everybody just get engaged, get involved, instead of you having to wait. Yes, she must do it. Yes, he must do it. No, 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 no. And like Sister Bumi also said that if there is nothing underlining, if there is no underlying issue, then these are things that can easily, that we should easily let go of to maintain our peace. Thank you very much, sir and ma. So we have a comment here. Both husbands and wives should avoid blaming games. Identify needs in the house. Know your roles in the relationship, but be very ready to help each other by role switching. Yes, thank you very much, Bro Gideon, for that. So thank you very much, sir. And I also uh noted some points here. The issue of, okay, like maybe the dishes or the laundry or some chores like that. Yeah, someone suggested that possibly there are roles that needs immediate attention, maybe every day you need to attend to them, and there are some that can actually wait to the end of the week. Some can actually even wait to the end of the month. So maybe we can make a list. Oh, we need this one needs everyday attention. This needs weekly attention, and these other ones need monthly attention. Why not? Maybe you will be doing this. Okay, this particular one we have to do it together. Okay, hey, maybe the wife is supposed to load the dish, uh, the
Dishwasher.
yeah. So
Dishwasher.
and you reward each other. It can be at the end of the month. It can be at the end of the week. Maybe the reward can be a date night. Oh, you were able to do this. You were able to do that. Okay, then you
That
reward
would
each
have
other.
like
Yeah. You know, the person I was actually, when I was going through it, I was actually like, oh, I think that was going to be an interesting thing. You know that, oh, we are able to, like, we are seeing each other as a team. We are on the same
Yeah,
team. Nobody
yeah.
nobody
Very good.
deserves to be worn out. And if we can successfully do this, also the issue of appreciating one another. The moment you discover, oh, your spouse is able to do this, your spouse is able to do that, then appreciate them. Don't always look at that negative side. Look beyond the, oh, she didn't clean it well, so why did she waste her time doing it when she knows that she was not going to clean it well? No, still appreciate her, even if it's something that is seen as a duty. We should still appreciate each other. Oh, you did this. Oh, thank you very much. You did my laundry. Thank you so much. You cooked meal. You prepared our meals. Thank you very much. And this kind of gratitude will actually strengthen the other partner. If instead of complaining that she didn't do it well, he didn't do it well, and if you discover he or she did not do it well, wait, it is not it is not that time that, oh, she didn't do it well, and then you now intentionally go ahead and let her know that, yes, you didn't do it well and I'm going to do it again. At least let it cool down a little, maybe. Maybe when she's not even there, then you can improve it. Thank you so much, sir and ma, and to all our viewers out there. If you would like to contribute to the discussion today, you can also call in through the link in the comments, and let's hear your opinion about our discussion today. So while we wait for that, and well, we also bring the discussion today to a close, let's have something to take home with for all our viewers out there.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir and ma. Over to
Yeah.
you.
So actually, I have two things I feel like saying, like a take-home point, and I'll quickly go through it and give an illustration. Number one thing is the team spirit, working with the mindset that we are a team, and also don't behave as if this part of the team is not doing what they should do enough, then that's their problem. So see it more like a body. If the eyes decides not to see what should be given to the mouth to process, and the mouth is saying that, hey, it's the eyes that is not bringing it. It's not as if I'm not ready to process it, and the leg is not saying that it's not my concern. After some time, even the mouth will not be able to move anymore. After some time, the leg will not be able to move anymore. Or if the eye sees it, the mouth is ready to process, but the hand refuses to go and pick those things. Then it will eventually affect everybody. The eyes will not see very well, the mouth will not be able to speak well, the leg will not be able to, even the hand itself will not be able to move anymore. So let us see this as a teamwork between husband and wife. Let's work together to make things work. So the second thing skipped my mind now, but if I remember it before the show ends, I will come on.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I remember. Sorry, let me quickly share it. The second point is don't listen to a school, don't focus too much on a school of thoughts. Don't concentrate too much on just one single school of thought. Some of us are so used to be listening to people. If your husband is doing this, no way. Don't take it for him. Don't take it for all those kind of things. You are not listening to those who are saying, ah, if your wife is doing this, oh, you should listen to different school of thought, balance it, and pick the one that can work for your family.
Thank you so much.
I think I would just add to your second point that don't compare. Like sometimes the mistake that people make, like for example, we went to this person's house, see how neat their house is, but you forgot that they don't have a kid, or their kids are grown, or the two, like the husband is the type that can wash, can clean, and you cannot wash and clean, and you are saying see how neat their house is. So let's not just look for the situation that works best for your family and move on with that. um if I will summarize that into something, I will say understanding is what matters.
Wow, thank you very much for that, sir and ma. And on this note, if we do not have anyone, oh, we have a comment here. The issue comes when the man feels and think the house chores is for the woman. We women need help, especially with the house chores. Yes, that's true. We need to support each other. Like Brofala said that we should always see each other as a team. And as much as we are a team, the success the success becomes a collective one.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of, oh, I must be the one to win. It doesn't concern me whether you are losing or not. No, we have to win together. And when anybody loses, we lose together. So when we see each other as a team, it becomes easier to help and support one another. Thank you so much, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaje, for your contributions today and for joining us on the platform once again today. I really appreciate it. And to all our viewers out there, thank you very, very much. Oh, would be couples need to learn this before marriage? Exactly. They really need to. And on this note, we bring this weekend's discussion to a close. It's still Jinsei Matters. Wait, right. Till we come your way again, stay safe, be at peace with your spouse, and if you know anyone that will benefit greatly from this discussion, don't hesitate to share this video out with them. Let them also learn, let them also relearn, and let them also unlearn from all those all the previous notions that they might have been having before. Thank you so much, everyone, to welcome your way again. Still just matters with Roy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. See you. Bye.
Thank you.